I want this for us. For RJ. And I know you want it too. So please, put that ring back on your finger. The ring I gave you in the Olive Grove in Puglia. Marry me. Be my wife.
Well, everyone knows about your promotion, but the plaque makes it official.
This is great. Thank you for this. Thank you for your faith in me. And to think, I came over to your house so sure I was gonna get canned.
Well, just because you're Bill's son doesn't mean you have a target on your back.
Even after all he's put you through?
Believe it or not, I don't think Bill intentionally set out to hurt me.
Yeah, just like you never intentionally set out to have feelings for your sister's husband. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take that plaque back.
Come on.
Liam, why would you bring that up? I wish you had never seen that moment between Ridge and me. It was nothing, and it's never gonna happen again. I spoke to Ridge, and it's over between us. Not that anything had ever started.
So what was that about?
Don't tell me you didn't like it.
The point is, you don't like me, and yet you're kissing me.
I told you why.
To see if it still feels as you remember.
So many years ago, I was so young and innocent.
Oh, not this again, please.
No rehashing the past. But I am glad I ran into you. Glad about the kiss, too.
So why are you coming on to me?
Is that what you think I'm doing?
If it is, you're gonna be disappointed.
Why? Because you're still pining away for Brooke?
Dollar Bill doesn't pine. He conquers.
Well, maybe you're losing your touch.
Well, you think so, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not good for me.
I think I know that you're not the only game in town anymore.
Forrester, he's the least of my worries.
Even though Brooke wants him back.
It's just out of habit, not because she can't live without him.
Don't forget, they do share a son.
Well, so do Katie and I. And we're not getting back together either.
She won't even consider it.
She's moved on.
Another man?
Eventually. For now, it seems that will and work are enough.
Too bad there isn't another Ridge Forrester around. He would be ideal for Katie.
Katie, don't you ever think you're being a little hard on yourself?
I am not going to do to my sister what she did to me.
What? It's not the same
To me,
thing.
it is. Ridge and Brooke belong together, right?
Well, so everyone says, but look how it's always worked out in the past.
They always find their way back to each other, and this time it's different.
Why?
They're different.
Really? I mean, you've been hanging out with Ridge since he's been back. How is he different?
He's been very kind and supportive.
Right, and how is that different from the Ridge you knew before?
That's not what I meant by
Okay, fine. How is Brooke different?
She says she's changed.
Yeah, well, she says that a lot.
This isn't about Brooke. It's about me. It's about my life and how I want to live it. I would be the biggest hypocrite alive if I let something develop between Ridge and me. And I put a stop to it. I did more than that. I practically insisted that he propose to Brooke.
Obviously, you weren't expecting this.
When I asked you to marry me, you said you needed a little more time.
And now I'm here. It's where I want to be. I want to put our family back together. We've lost so much time already. I don't want to lose any more. Say you'll marry me.
So, speaking of perfect men, how things going with you and Ridge's old man?
No, it's not that way with me and Eric.
Right.
Really, he's handsome and he is charming.
And he is loaded.
Yes, but I don't think anyone could ever compete with the memory of his dead wife.
Well, that doesn't seem to stop you from trying.
You make me sound so calculating.
If the dagger fits.
When I prefer to think of myself as driven.
Well, you might want to start thinking of yourself as, I don't know, obsessive compulsive.
Please, just like you. That's why our personal lives are the way they are.
My personal life is fine.
Oh, really? A sexy, virile man like yourself going weeks without. No wonder you're working out so furiously. You've all that pent-up testosterone needing to be released.
I like to keep in shape.
Sure, in the off chance that Brooke decides she can't live without you and needs to dive right back into your bed. Tell me something. What is it with these Logan women? I mean, it's an obsession. Your sons have it too.
So?
So, you, Ridge, Eric, I mean, you're crazy about them. I don't know, I just don't get it. I mean, I get Brooke's attraction. And maybe Donna's if he likes slutty honey, but Katie is so kind and moral. She seems more like Ridge's type than yours.
You think so?
In a lot of ways, she seems more his type than Brooke's. Wouldn't you agree?
Why, Katie?
Why what, Liam?
No, why? Why would you insist that Ridge go back to Brooke when you two clearly have feelings for each other?
Will you please let this go? I have.
Maybe if I believed that.
Believe it. Ridge and Brooke are going to get back together just like they always do, and RJ is going to be raised in a home with both of his parents.
Okay, which is the real reason you're doing this, isn't it? I mean, you want your nephew to have what your son couldn't.
Believe me, if I thought that Bill and I could make a go of it because of Will, but when the trust is gone. Listen, I know you love your father.
I know, but you'll never trust him again. I mean, not completely. Well, what if Ridge feels the same way about Brooke?
He doesn't.
Why? How do you know? Have you asked him?
I don't have to ask him. He forgives her for everything. Believe me, their love has been tested enough times.
You think I'm talking about love? It's not about love. I mean, for them, it's the scandal. It's the embarrassment, something he would never have to worry about if he were in a relationship with you. Look, I know what you're doing. You're trying to do the right thing because this is how you live your life. But maybe if you follow your heart once in a while.
Like Brooke? No thanks. Besides, Liam, who knows if Ridge and I... Maybe we've just been two lonely people who have found a connection to each other, and that's all.
Or maybe Ridge sees something in you that he never had with Brooke. An openness and an honesty. Maybe that's what Ridge really wants now.
I should have planned something a little more grand.
No.
No, I should have. I spirited you away to Rome and proposed to you on the banks of the Tiber or something.
I don't need to be spirited away. The only thing I need is you. and the life that we were going to have. The life I thought we would have until you walked away and left me alone. I just never want that to happen again. So, I need to know if we get married, that it's going to be forever. I can only accept the proposal if we are forever.
So this is how you get your jollies these days?
Just an observation.
A ridiculous one. Regent Katie.
You'd rather Ridge and Brooke?
Don't you have someplace to be?
Not if you need somebody to confide in.
I don't confide. And if I did, yours would be the last ear I'd bend.
Oh, ooh, you really know how to sweet talk a girl. No wonder Katie kicked you to the curb. Oh, no, wait. That was for sleeping with her sister, right?
Ridge came back to reunite his family.
Yeah, until he found out what Brooke had done, which changed everything.
No, not everything. Brooke will always be the love of his life.
Yeah, then how come they keep on trying and trying to make it work only to have it end?
Because things happen, Liam. You of all people should understand that. People came between them.
People, you're talking about Stephanie.
Yeah, first. She was adamant that a caterer's daughter from the valley would never marry her son.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, Brooke was just as adamant that she could.
She loved Ridge desperately. She believed that they could have a life together, and they still can.
Yeah, sure. If her sister steps
Oh,
aside.
come on. I am hardly Brooke's competition.
I don't know, Katie. Maybe we should ask Ridge about that. I mean, all the time you've been spending
Please
together
stop,
lately. I'm
please.
sorry. I respect you, and that's not going to change if you and Ridge
There
happen to...
is no Ridge in me.
Because you are this amazing, selfless person who
God,
has more in common with Ridge than Brooke ever
That
will.
you are
and
so wrong.
I will prove it to you. I'll
This
prove it
is
to you right now.
ridiculous.
Quick, name something you and Ridge have in common that he and Brooke do not.
Poetry. We both love poetry.
Okay.
One poem in particular. You know, it is funny. I've known him for most of my life, and in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm just finding out about him, and we're finding out about each other. And Brooke is the woman that he's always loved, and I want them to put their family back together. I want them to be happy, finally. I do. And they will be. Just as soon as they get married.
I have to be sure, Ridge. How are we going to handle difficult situations when they arise? Walking away is not an option for either one of us.
It won't be. When I say those vows, I will be committed to you and our boy for the rest of our lives. Man, I remember the first time I laid eyes on you at my mother's house. You were catering a party. You remember that, right? We've been through so much over the years. And the last few months. But I came home because I'm determined to put our family back together. And I know we can do that if you agree to be my bride.
In my heart, I've always been your bride. If that seems like a yes, it is. Yes. Yes. For the very last time. Yes.
Since when did my personal life become your concern?
Actually, I'm just more amused. I mean, the all-powerful Bill Spencer isn't so powerful anymore. You've lost control of your company, Brooke has kicked you to the curb, and Katie has custody of your son. Right now, you're batting 0 for 3.
Well, I'm going to change all that because I have been guided by the principle that you're not defined by the challenge, but your response to it.
How? Your hands are tied where Spencer Publications and your son are concerned. And as for Brooke,
I haven't given up on Brooke. Far from it. Especially with Valentine's Day coming up.
oh, you have something planned? Do tell. It better be special, what with the competition.
Ridge isn't competition. He's a nuisance. Like a little fly buzzing around.
One you're gonna swat.
Forrester is Brooke's past. I'm her future.
And Katie.
Katie will find another man. One that's worthy of her.
Someone like Ridge.
Anyone but Ridge.
What is all this sweet work worth, if thou kiss not me? I want you to be happy. You deserve that. All things by a law divine, in one spirit meet and mingle. One had I with thine.
Okay. So, who should we tell first?
I know a little boy in Ohio who's gonna be very excited. So let's drive up there today.
Or we could not say anything right now and we could surprise him afterwards. Right? I mean, how great would that be? He'd come home and he'd find out that his parents are married. I love you so much.